Hi, I just bought this table saw and I'm making this picture frame with it. And next I have to cut the slots for the splines, so I need to make a spline jig. This piece of plywood is way too big for cutting on the table saw, so I start with the jigsaw. My table saw has a nice and powerful induction motor, but it only cost €250 or about $300, and that's because it's so inaccurate. I only had plywood of one thickness, so I have to glue together two pieces to make the 45-degree angle cleats. I only sanded the pieces with 100 grit because I'm making a jig, not a piece of furniture. Now drawing a 45-degree line to glue a strip of plywood onto. These pieces are gonna be the 45-degree angle cleats. I tried to make the beveled cuts on the table saw, but this didn't work so well because the fence wasn't aligned with the blade, so I just had to do this on the bandsaw. Now I can install the wider cleat to the fence. I'm just using a drill bit to mark the places of the holes. Here I'm making a countersink sort of thing, because the bolt heads have to be below the surface of the plywood. These bolts have a squarish head, so I have to carve the insides of the whole square as well. After some chiseling and test fitting and more chiseling, I finally got it to fit. It's still a little bit tricky to install. This corner is too sharp, so I'm just rounding over that with a hand plane. The bottom of the strip of plywood is not flush with the jig, so I trimmed that on the table saw. Now I can attach the smaller cleat to the jig. I first screw this piece on its place and then I take it out and spread the glue and screw it back together. That way the pieces don't slide out of alignment when the glue makes everything slippery. Now trimming the ends of the cleats flush to the jig. And it works. The spline joints turned out to be very accurate, much better than these cut with the hand saw. There are lots of videos about making spline jigs already, so sorry about making one more of those. I'm not creative enough to come up with a new way to use the French cleat system. I was inspired by Izzy Swan. I'll put a link to his video in the description below. And I also made this tenon jig. Thanks for watching and have a great day!